Welcome back to the table. My name is Mark Ashby of Grill Mark Co. And in today's video, we are making something so amazing, it might actually break the internet. We're gonna make some chopped brisket French dip sliders. I had some leftover brisket in my fridge, so I decided to do some things that I have never done on this channel before. But the first step, we always have to step out to the grilling deck and choose your grill. I'm going with the Traeger Ironwood today, and we're setting it on the super smoke method at 225 degrees. For any French dip, you know that you have to have an amazing au jus, and we're gonna add some smoke flavor to this au jus. We're gonna cook it on the Traeger. First, we need to take half of a yellow onion and thinly slice it. This is gonna be just added flavor into the au jus itself. In a cast iron pan or any kind of pan that you can put on the grill, first you need to add 3 cups of beef bone broth. Next, we're gonna add about a tablespoon or just a few dashes of some soy sauce. And for some added barbecue flair, we're gonna add just a little bit more than a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of some W sauce. Now you wanna add 2 cloves of minced or smashed garlic. And the final step before we throw this on the grill is to add some amazing flavors. So we're gonna take the award-winning Prime 4 Ancho Pasilla Chili, and we're gonna add a dash of that across the top, and then we're gonna take it and mix it together before we throw it on the smoker. I'm gonna set the pan on the smoker for 1 hour. 30 minutes in, I'm gonna go back outside and just mix everything together with the spoon to make sure everything is well combined. This recipe does require a lot of prep work up front, but the flavor at the end is gonna all make up for it. The next step is to make a horseradish mayo. To start the horseradish mayo, you gotta have some mayonnaise. And all we're gonna use on this channel ever is Duke's mayo. So start with half a cup of Duke's mayo. Next, add in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. The next step is 1 tablespoon of prepared horseradish, and cap it off with just a pinch of salt. Then mix everything together and put it in the fridge so that it solidifies for later. Now it's time to get the star of the show and chop up some of that brisket. I'm using my Forge to Table bench knife. Once everything is nice and chopped, you want to use some Prime 4 Ancho and Pasilla chili seasoning and mix it all in there because that's going to add another layer of flavor. The last step of prep is some caramelized onions. So again, you're going to take a whole yellow onion and thinly slice it. To a medium-low heat pan, you're going to add 3 tablespoons of butter and just a little bit of olive oil. Put the onions in the pan and start to stir them until they soften and brown. The onions should caramelize in about 10 to 12 minutes with constant stirring. Now you want to add just a little bit of sugar and some beef bone broth to add a nice, robust flavor and a little bit of sweetness to these caramelized onions. All the prep work is done. It's time to start assembling the sandwich. First step is you have to take some King's Hawaiian sweet rolls just like this here. We're gonna cut it open, add some melted butter, and also add a dash of the Prime 4 compound butter on top of this. We're gonna throw it on the smoker and let it toast. Here we have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. We're gonna add a few shakes of the Prime 4 compound butter in there and mix it together. Cut open the sweet Hawaiian rolls and add that compound butter. Just brush it on the top and the bottom because this is gonna go on the smoker to toast. Before we throw it on the smoker, we have that compound butter spread nice and evenly on the top and bottom. Now let's build the sandwich by adding the brisket first. We are gonna add all this brisket. We are layering the flavoring. Next, we're gonna add provolone cheese. You can use provolone or Swiss. I decided to go with provolone and cover the top of that brisket. Use all of it if you have to, and it's okay to overlap. Just cover the full amount of the sandwich. Now we're gonna add our caramelized onion. Spread that across. The sliders are almost done. We're gonna take it out to the smoker and we're gonna let it sit between 10 and 15 minutes. Still at that 225 with the super smoke setting because that's gonna toast it. And we all know on this channel, smoke is a flavor. Let's put it on the smoker. Again, this thing runs solid. Look at all that smoke coming out. Lay it right in the middle. Close it up. If you're looking, you're definitely not cooking. Give it 10 to 15 minutes. Just check on it occasionally to see how it's going. Once it's toasted and everything's melted, we're gonna take it off the grill. Time to glove up because we're opening the grill. Come on over. It's been 20 minutes. I felt like that was enough time, but you get the first look here. Let the smoke clear. Looking gorgeous. Nice and melty. Toasted on here. The party's only beginning. Let's go back inside. It's time to assemble the sandwich for the finality of this cook. We have the toasted top here. We haven't put it on top yet because we have to add our horseradish mayo. So let's go ahead and spread that across the top. Crown the top of it. Final touch is the smoked au jus that we made in the beginning. It's been warming on the stove. Look at that beautiful color right there. Let's cut into the sandwich. You know we gotta try it. We cut us this piece. There's the cross section. We got the onions, the brisket, the roll, the provolone. Ooh. Let's dip it in the au jus and give it a bite. Cheers. Holy shit. All right, I'm going again. I don't usually cuss on this channel. Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me try to describe this for you. Absolute perfection. You have smokiness from the brisket. You have that little bit of bite from the Ancho Pasilla chilies. The creaminess of the horseradish mayo and the provolone pair so nicely. A nice sweet bite from the onions and the rolls themselves toasted with the compound butter. Everything works perfectly. And the au jus is to die for. This is going to break the internet. The recipe will be down in the description box below. And if you love grilling and barbecue content, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, set the alarm, so every week I send out a new video, new recipes. You can order any Prime 4 product at prime4barbecue.com. Prime 4 is my company and I make everything small batch and handmade so that we have the highest quality when it comes to seasonings. Until next time, keep those grills fired up so the flavor doesn't go down. Look at this one. Okay, you see all that brisket in there, right there, right. This is gonna be gone in about 1.21 gigawatts.